Welcome to NBA 2K News. My name, of course, is Agent Beamstar. Let's get right into the news. Guys, we have so much news to cover in these last couple weeks, okay? So for our first story of the day, we have Wang creating quite a stir in the NBA 2K community because he said this on Twitter. Do you think players should be allowed to use real player percentages? No shot timing in Park and Pro-Am? 38% of people said yes. What they effectively were saying yes to was, we don't need to time our jump shots anymore. You're telling me we could just roll the dice and play by percentages depending on what attribute we have? You're telling me we should have zero skill required in making a jump shot? Yes, I love that idea. It's fantastic. Yes, so much more good ideas, Wang. A lot of people in the 2K community were beginning to ask the question, Wang, do you play your own game? This is when Agent Zero responded saying this. You'd be effectively destroying any skill it takes to shoot. Nobody wants to play a game they can't improve at, decrease the green window, and have a max green percentage for those who can time. Consistency and certainty are important, but you probably won't listen anyway. This is when Wang was offended. He was in his feelings listening to Drake, Marvin's Room. I'm just saying you could do better. And he responded saying this. Not totally true. Skilled shot timing users would still have a clear advantage over anyone trying to use real player percentages. But the option might help users with unstable internet connections, especially when I widen the shot timing skills gap, which I intend to do. Wang is effectively saying the only way he could increase the skills gap on shooting is if he gives the players who can't time their shots an option to roll the dice and guess it goes in. Wang, I've been trying to say ranked, unranked, ranked, unranked. What the casual guys want, hardcore guys don't want. What the hardcore guys want, the casual guys don't want. They don't mix and match. If you don't divide the two, you're gonna have to create these makeshift solutions for everything you try and do. How are you gonna do it for dribbling? How are you gonna do it for rebounding? Huh? How are we gonna do it for defense? This is when Agent Zero replied saying this. Mike, every time you try, bad players get mad they're missing and you change it back. I can't see a practical way to introduce a skills gap without dividing the two types of players. I don't want casual players dumbing the game down, and they don't want me making it too difficult. Agent, you're spinning a lot of good facts here, right? You're such a smart guy, Agent. You have your PhD? No. Thank you guys, I appreciate the sentiment. Wang replied saying this. Right, that was the thought behind possibly, in capitals, possibly, allowing us to use the real field goal percentage option. Casual players could enable it if they felt like shooting was too hard. It wouldn't allow them the chance to keep up with skilled shot timing users, but it would maybe give them a chance to compete. I don't want to compete with somebody who doesn't know how to time their shots. Don't want to do it. It's part of the reason why I don't gamble. It takes very little skill, unless you play games like poker, and then you just need algorithms. Besides the point, would be a clever solution if he gets the percentage correct, but it doesn't solve all the other issues with the game. On our next story of the day, Chris Smoove was going in on the NBA 2K League. He said this on Twitter. Nearly every possession in the 2K League is 5-out offense. Dookie emoji alert. Everybody is literally standing in the exact same spot the entire game. Don't see how viewership is gonna grow. It's like a 1v1 or a 2v2. No reason for 5 players. Chris Smoove, I do not think the 5-out is the main problem. 1. That was 2. I put up 2 fingers. 1. I think the main problem, of course, we could all agree is defense. It's tough to keep up with players, especially when they're letting such a high frequency of blow-bys and snatchbacks through. Correct? And so people just want to 5-out and rely on those animations to get by, folks. Use the spacing and, of course, everybody else shooting. Even with reduced shooting, teams running 5-out. I think defense is the main problem. Plus, there's only a handful of teams running 5-out sets. A majority are running 4-out pick and roll. And because the players don't have their own characters, like 2K gave them characters like in the Combine, they can't customize dribble moves and customize jump shots. They can't really showcase the skill that they otherwise would have been able to showcase outside of the 2K League because they're trying to create balance and realism. I talked about it in a previous video. That didn't stop Chris Smoove. He was responding to everybody, showing screenshots, examples of people running 5-out sets and saying, how about this one? How about this one? Trying to disprove everybody in his path. I also don't think that's the reason for low viewership. There's plenty of reasons for that, and part of it might be that some teams run a 5-out and it might be stale, but it's most definitely not the main reason. But to each his own, Chris Smoove is allowed to have his own opinion. And for our third story of the day, if you guys are heavy in the NBA 2K community, you may have already heard there is this little boy named Aguilar, and there is this other little girl named Maya. And these two have been talking to one another for a while, The little boy buys the little girl a setup, few $100 setup, whatever the case is, because he wants her to grind and improve on YouTube and whatever the case is. And then we find out that there's a split. I don't know what the relationship details are, nor do I care. But people kept tweeting me this story saying, she finessed him out of a setup. Agent, isn't that crazy? What? He bought her something. She didn't beg or ask for something according to my knowledge. If a girl is not interested, there are billions of others. You can move on. The fact that people believe that just because little boy bought little girl a setup, that she is entitled for the rest of her life to be with this guy and talk to this guy and no matter what sorts of rifts in their relationship is ludicrous. Guys, stop tweeting me the stupid story I don't care about. If you want to do something out of the goodness of your heart for someone else, you can't expect shit in return. And I don't know that that's how he felt, but I saw a lot of people getting mad at her and I'm like, what? If I give a gift to one of my friends, it is a gift. I do not then expect them to return the favor. What's up with this false sense of reciprocity? Let it go. I don't want to hear about this story ever again in my life. On our next story of the day, over the last few days, if you guys have played the park, you've noticed this uncontrollable lag, and a lot of other people have noticed it too, but 2K has yet to say something. A user on Twitter said this. I don't know what's up with 2K today, but the lag is unreal, much worse than any other day. You can scroll down all of Twitter and see people talking about what is going on recently. We don't know what the problem is. What could have possibly, over the last few days, been the difference between normal servers and then incredibly laggy servers? NBA 2K has yet to respond. A lot of people are adding Ronnie 2K, 2K support, trying to get an answer. Nothing yet. I'll keep you updated when it does. And on our final story of the day, NBA Playgrounds 2 put out a gameplay trailer. Why am I sweating? Okay, guys, if you ever see me sweating in a video, my studio is in a sunroom. So technically there's no vents for air conditioning, etc. And on summer days, the sun is just shining in here. I don't want to hear these stories. Agent, why are you sweating? Stop asking me about that. All right, let's watch this trailer, this gameplay trailer. Lonzo! Double alley-oops. I like the new maps, man. They got ranked modes. Say word. That's tough. Dedicated servers, baby. And 4v4. Hey, probably the biggest thing on there was the 4v4. The fact that in the first NBA Playgrounds, you couldn't team up with your buddy and play online versus 2 other people is crazy. That's the whole premise of the game, is you're supposed to kick it with your friends, but you can only ever play your friends. And at the beginning of the game, and I don't know if this ever changed because I didn't play it deep into a cycle, like there was no way for you to even play against your opponents. The only way I was able to play against Troydan in the couple videos I made, which I'll link above, I was raging, was we got the game early before anybody else, and so we're able to just click start at the same time and match up every single time. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm gonna buy the game, might upload a few videos depending on where the interest is. Shout out to NBA Playgrounds. It seems like they've made some noticeable improvements. On that note, I'm gonna end the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and ring the bell to turn on notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.